There's a chill in the air in North London. Arsene Wenger now formally committed to the club until the year 2005, and who knows, maybe beyond that. Arsenal wanting to continue with the momentum that they've had over the last couple of weeks. One or two comments, Andy, over by the dressing room before the game. We mustn't let this become after the Lord Mayor's show. Wonderfully thrilling win over Juventus. To say nothing of beating Manchester United by that same 3-1 scoreline. And here's Robert Pires. Henry on the dance. Ljungberg. And he hasn't been missing recently, but he missed by the proverbial mile there. Well, the England point of view represented by Sven-Göran Eriksson and Tord Grip today. Tord Grip actually found this out only today. Played once for Aston Villa reserves 40 years ago. Couldn't remember who it was against, but he said he definitely won the match. It's a bit like you, Andy, only remembers the wins.
Quite right. Nothing for being second, mate.
Well, if you get in the Champions League, of course.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can't put that in your mantelpiece when you're finished playing, mate.
Absolutely right. It's a terrific run by Lee Hendry and Ray Parlour recognising the danger, but Hendry for a moment has got away.
Well, this is a type of run I talked about Henry makes. It's a beautiful run in behind Parlour. I just wonder if the touch doesn't do him any favours, Martin. But if he fair to Parlour, he got back in, he realised he'd allowed him in behind. It was a wonderful block in the end.
It's a tremendous pass as well from Samuel. Now, Steve Staunton's capable of scoring direct from these sort of corners. Comes out to right.
No, why not? Wouldn't be the first time Alan Wright smashed one in from that kind of area for Aston Villa. Worth a try.
Parlour. Bergkamp heading for the corner, and the ball put into a pretty near perfect position for him. In for Henry. Incisive Arsenal play.
Just too much on it, that's all. Just needs to let it brush off the foot, but what a run. We expect Henry to make these runs, but Bergkamp, wonderful run, beautifully fed in. I think he's got to go with the left foot because he arrives there when the left foot's the one to be prodded out, but you can see he just gets a bit too much on it. Brushes the instep, probably goes in.
Yes, he'd opened the side of the foot up, hadn't he? To try and just steer it. Use the pace on the ball, but perhaps there wasn't quite enough pace, but it was still a pretty good ball from Dennis Bergkamp, and Henry had covered so much ground so quickly for being at the near post.
They were way ahead in possession and on pressure territorially as well. It's been a pretty good start for the home side, but that really, Martin, the first real opportunity, first real scare for Aston Villa.
Well, they are good at making it difficult for opponents. Remember, they started the day fifth in the league table, and they have been top this season. But the hard part when you're trying to beat them is making that first breakthrough, and almost 20 minutes gone, Arsenal haven't managed it yet. Parlour and Ljungberg very interchangeable. Vieira. Pires. Nicely timed the movement forward by Ashley Cole. It's a cracker too from Cole. Turned aside by Enkelman. Ljungberg tries to reclaim it, but it's a goal kick. Ashley Cole really connected.
What a save this is, Martin. This is typical Arsenal football. They work the ball across the pitch quite beautifully and patiently. A fantastic strike, but the goalkeeper's up to it. Wonderful save, low to his left.
Well, with the shock of blonde hair from a distance, you could think with a save like that it is Schmeichel. But it's not the Dane, it's the goalkeeper from Finland. Touch on by Dublin, it's Merson! Paul Merson, back at Highbury. A goal for Aston Villa.
Well, what a blow. To say against the run of play ain't an overstatement, but Dion Dublin's ability in the air so important. And what about Merson? Took a chance, took a gamble in behind, and when Upson doesn't deal with it, and that's the reason it's gone in, Upson doesn't deal with it as it drops there. Unsure about what to do with it, Matthew Upson. But I tell you what, Merson wasn't, was he? He's in, he brushes him aside, he's as cool as a cucumber.
Stoke. Good challenge by Upson. Bergkamp. For Vieira. Patrick Vieira for Arsenal. Enkelman stood tall, stayed big, beat it away. Arsenal have to be content with only a corner.
Just overcommitted midfield, and when Upson won a very good ball there, they had men ahead, men over.
Vieira going in the challenge with the goalkeeper. Near post corner. And Aston Villa have got J. Lloyd-Samuel down in their own goal area.
Well, that'll be a booking for Lauren, Martin. That'll be a booking. Handball, deliberate handball as well, I tell you. Because Boateng was right down this left side and clear. Lauren knew it. Stuck the arm out.
David Ginola is here. Of course, he starts a 3-game ban next weekend. He might be recalling that he was once sent off at Highbury, playing for Newcastle.
He's having a little word with Vieira and Stone here.
Unlucky Steve Stone, because he took advantage of a bit of distraction there. Patrick Vieira still hearing a word or two from the referee the other way, but the free kick was taken too quickly. Staunton then takes it in a different direction. Right, Hendry. Dublin, Hendry, it's Stone, it's 2-0 Aston Villa.
Well, there's some brilliant feet in here, Martin. I think it's Dion Dublin who eventually arrives. It's a really poor header here from Lauren, heading it back in. But just watch the way they don't deal with it. Watch Dublin's little flick there. Absolutely superb to release Henry. And of course, yes, they do get a little bit of good fortune after that. Look at that. That was sensational from the big man. But they deserved that little bit of luck maybe at the edge of the box when it broke to Stone. And when it did, well, one touch they set it, another to finish. This has been classic stuff from a team coming away, defending well, defending deep, working hard.
Campbell looking for Henry and finding him. Oh, Bergkamp, Ljungberg.
Not easy. Arrived quickly, skidding across the face of the box. I don't know why they don't look for this ball more often when they get it wide. Bergkamp's very close to putting it in on his own. Just didn't quite get it on the half volley. I think that's the thing for me. Just sits up just before it reaches him. That made it difficult.
Campbell up well. He's been feeling that his game is getting back towards the very highest levels. Looks a bit trimmer these days too. He's had a long layoff, an injury towards the end of last season. Restricted his training at the start of this. Vieira, Pires, Ljungberg. The difference, of course, Andy, making the comparisons with the Manchester United game, and there are many, but the difference is Manchester United didn't get a second goal.
That's it, yeah.
Lauren. Met by Melgo. Now back. By Boateng, who's hurt for his pains. It's going to be a yellow card for Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, this tackle comes in. I think he's a tad unlucky myself.
That's a booking of some consequence for Arsenal, because he will be suspended in 2 weeks' time, and in 2 weeks' time Arsenal are away to Liverpool.
No section of the country will be quite pleased with that then, eh?
Arsene Wenger won't. Three minutes plus added time to go to half-time. Ljungberg. Well, Doug Ellis, the Aston Villa chairman, was our guest pre-game, talking about how good the squad is now. He doesn't need to spend any more money. Some of the players have looked that way, although John Gregory had a differing opinion. Pires. Back for Pires! Well, it was a fantastic strike, but it didn't get the better of Enkelman, who's had an excellent first half. We shouldn't forget that.
Well, he plunges down to his feet very quickly here. I think that helps the goalkeeper. It's close to him.
So I think it was the last time Aston Villa beat Arsenal was at Villa Park, in a game where it was 2-0 to Arsenal.
Half-time, man.
And it was Dion Dublin who led the turnaround. Well, Dublin's been very prominent in the 2-0 advantage for the away side in this game. And that side is Aston Villa. On a day when there have been a lot of thoughts about the new Arsenal stadium, or the application for it. So what's happening at the old place that's of concern to the Highbury faithful, because with Paul Merson very prominent and scorer of the opening goal, Aston Villa have come here with their own agenda. Steve Stone ramming in the second. Dion Dublin has been tremendous, and Arsenal have a lot to do. It's Arsenal 0, Villa 2 at half-time. Aston Villa have an excellent chance of taking 3 points back to the West Midlands from what they've done so far. Will we see a different, more formidable side to Arsenal's game? Sylvain Wiltord's rolled his sleeves up, rather emphasising the need for those in red and white. Very much changes on through simply managerial preference rather than injury.
I think it's going to be more 4-3-3 mark for Arsenal second half. It'll be Parla, Vieira, Pires narrower in midfield, pretty sure of that. Wiltord will be asked to play pretty much up top. Henri Bergkamp.
Pires. Here's Parla in behind Alan Wright. Then checked. And the cross was deflected, and Sylvain Wiltord arrives into the match in some style.
Well, I tell you what, if this is his first touch, no, he's had one, but it's his second one. He gets involved in the build-up. Ray Parlour wants to cross, he's not so sure what to do. Two little lucky bounces. I said at times you need a bit of good fortune in the area. Well, my goodness, to get it here. First off right, then off Barry. But what a volley.
Arsene Wenger's great methods for solving difficulties for his team is to keep sending on forwards.
No, he's got one left.
Kanu.
This doesn't change, you can bet Kanu will be on before the end of this game.
Reverse free kick by Staunton. Stone a better angle for the cross, but Pires preventing that cross coming in. Bergkamp need to start from deep. Pires somehow got it back. Brilliant football by Aston. They've got Parlour running on the right. This is a wonderful move from the home side, and I think Ray Parlour just took it initially wider than he would have wanted to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, you might have closed the book on goal of the season, Martin, had he been able to take that out of his feet. It's a really poor touch at the end of some beautiful, intricate football. From way deep in their own half. Watch this for touches. 1, 2. And then when they're through here, I just think his first touch is a poor one. It gets away from him wide. Never really in control.
Across.
He's just telling George Boateng, Martin, to do what he did first half, and that's get yourself sat in front of the front, your two centre-backs. Life is becoming more difficult for them, Martin, because of what Arsene Wenger has done, basically, and Pires has hardly been wide in the second half. Steve Stone's getting sucked in at times, and when Arsenal switch the ball quickly, they can get Ashley Cole on the ball whenever they like.
Like here. Looked in that direction, it's through the centre. Riley shakes his head.
Question had to be asked. Well, if that ain't a penalty, why is he not talking to him? Well, it certainly gets caught there for me. There's definitely contact from, I think it's Alan Wright at the end.
Shot from Lee Hendry at the other end.
Might not have been much, but the heels were caught. Might just have been outside as well.
Parlour. A wasteful run from Wiltor. Barry. He's tripped by Parlour then.
Well, Lawrence made one or two really poor headers. I know he made one for the second goal, but even in the second half, balls that are just arriving at him with no pace on them, he can direct them wherever he wants. He's given possession away and offered pressure onto his back four. From these sort of areas, Villa are a threat. That's the thing as well. You don't want to be giving free kicks away there.
Nelson takes it. Barry knocked it back impressively. Boateng. And then Hendry was stretching.
No flag.
Pires. Cole. Opened up by Boateng. We saw in that last passage of play when Aston Villa got forward, they're still prepared to push players on, as they were doing so well in the first half, and with Arsenal chasing the game, it promises to be an enthralling last 35 minutes. It's been pretty good up to now. Let's have another look at the penalty claim.
That's the decision he's got to make. As Alan Wright comes in from behind, certainly there is contact. It's not a lot, and I think that's what makes the decision a difficult one for Alan Wiley.
Dublin. Barry. So what do you mean about Aston Villa getting back their belief, getting back to the way they were playing so admirably in the first half? Boateng. Hendry.
Well, it's possession, isn't it? Football, 75-25, 4 or 5 minutes ago. That would be working its way back to Aston Villa.
Wilson's ball, and J. Lloyd Samuel has forced his way through here.
Oh, what a chance. I think Villa are half looking for a penalty, but the young lads,
he's looking
keenness
for a goal.
to stay up, yeah. Here it's a reckless attempt at a tackle from Martin Keown, but he wants to stay up. He thinks he can bend it top corner. Oh my goodness, how close is he to putting that there? There's nothing in his mind. He had a little glance. He couldn't get the ball back, I don't think, across the face of the goal. And he was so close, I think, to winning the game for Villa.
Wiltor. Backed up by Parla. Vieira. Here's Pires. Henry. Aston steals it away from Cole. In circumstances, that'll do. Well, we talked about sending on the fourth forward. Maybe one of the others will be withdrawn, but it's not usually Arsene Wenger's way to do that.
Yeah, you do think that, I can't see him taking off Henry, not the situation they're in. I think maybe Bergkamp, who took his place at the start lineup today, might be the obvious choice.
Good touch by Dublin, not the first today by any means. On from Hendry to Barry. Very solidly defensive header by Cole. It's actually a springboard to an Arsenal counter-attack here. And Mellberg in an unfussy way. He's one of the Swedes that England will have to worry about in the World Cup. Didn't play in the recent international, wasn't fit back in November. But with others being injured for Aston Villa, they've been very grateful for his return to good health. Pires. Keogh. Goalkeeper's come for it. Knocked it towards Bergkamp. Parla. Bergkamp again. Is he within range for one of those bending shots towards the top corner? He went simply to blast it, and Gareth Barry blocked. Aston, as soon as the ball came out, looking to see what was on in terms of support.
That's stupid football from Dennis Bergkamp. We should know better. That's just relieved pressure. He's going to be booked. He just kicked in at the back of George Boateng. He ain't going anywhere.
Possibly his last kick of the game. We'll see what Arsene Wenger has in mind. Certainly going to be an Arsenal change.
Yes, Dennis here. I think that, to me, it was either it had to be Bergkamp or Pires, but if you take Pires off, you then take off the natural width left.
Rather an inglorious exit, having left the field a hero on Tuesday. That wonderful piece of play that put Freddie Ljungberg in for his second goal of that game. And of course, for Ljungberg, it hasn't happened today. And maybe you can understand why managers do shuffle their packs and take into account the effects, and maybe the emotional effects as much as the physical effects of matches such as beating Juventus here in the Champions League. But now, Alan Wiley has given this in Dublin's favour. A real tussle there with Martin Keown, two veteran professionals of now Dublin!
But he's let it go as well, the referee. I have to say he's done Arsenal no favours today, Alan Wiley. He's been very bitty, given a load of decisions that could have gone either way. Villa's way at the moment.
It's another of those breakouts for Arsenal where they wish they'd had Henry. In place of another, it was Kanu. Didn't have the acceleration, but here come Villa, who probably feel that their best way of winning the game is to get a third goal, rather than try and hang on to what they've got. Certainly continue to ask the questions.
Brilliant thinking from Dublin, wasn't he? So alert and so alive, and not sure who knocked the ball to him, whether it was Boateng or Henry. But Watford, a really, really good save. It might just have been curtains for Arsenal.
Pires. He's forced Henry further wide, almost out of play.
No one in the box. No one in the box.
Vieira. Wiltor, certainly in the box now. Deflection on the cross, that could work. And it's Pires! Was that a block by Mellberg?
It was. What a block by the big Swede. They don't come much better than this. Your forwards are scoring goals at the other side. Well, this is you as a defender scoring at your own end. This is just a brilliant block. He knows his header wasn't a great one, but goodness me, how important might that be? Out goes the right leg. Brilliant stuff.
Well, strikers have their goals of the season, goalkeepers have their saves of the season. Maybe we should start a category for defenders' blocks of the season. Yeah. I mean that quite seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. I've often said that. It's as good as a goal. You might find there's a bit of time at the end of this as well, Martin. I mean stoppage time.
Pires. Oh, Henry, he's behind Samuel. Wiltor's in the centre. Enkelman, Henry gave him a chance of saving it, but he still played his part most capably.
Yeah, too big a touch on it. Really poor touch from someone like Henry, but Lee Henry on the ball. Oh, a really relieved young player. I think he was the one who actually inadvertently poked it through his back four for Henry to get onto.
Parla. Well, the referee has stopped Aston in their tracks by awarding them a free kick. Martin Keown referring to the earlier incident.
He's been really fussy in the referee second half, I have to say.
Wiltor. Staunton again using that left foot defensively to good effect. Vieira. It's got to go right. Again, no one initially left. That's because actually Cole had to just help cover Paul Merson, who was drifting to his side of the pitch.
I think the game's still open because Villa quite simply are refusing to just defend, Martin. They're quite happy, as you've said, to open it up and take men forward. So therefore the game is spread rather nicely for everybody watching it. Every chance that there's other chances or goals going to be created.
Oh, that's a strange thing. Oh, there's a mistake here by Samuel. Vieira with an early ball. And Thierry Henry, the right man in the right place. And Arsenal have levelled it. Patrick Vieira is thrilled with his part in it, but Villa hang their heads. Oh, and it's not over yet with Staunton. Henry wanting to restart the game. Oh, and what's Alan Wiley going to do here?
Well, I don't know what he's going to do. I'm quite simply, I haven't got a clue what Alan Wiley's going to do. Henry wants the ball back. Steve Staunton won't give him it. He knocks out his arms and gets it, and he gets the card for it. That's for sure, but I have to say, let's talk about the beauty of the goal. All right, Villa make a mistake. The young lad here, he just dwells on it a bit too long. And he pounces, but what a ball in, Martin. Was he offside? It's really close.
Henry for Wiltor. Kanu in the middle. And it's, oh, confusion.
Oh, dearie me, another question to be asked. Clumsy by Boateng on Kanu.
Lauren making an awful lot of ground there. There was an awful moment for Aston Villa here.
Well, it's just when it gets away. Look how clumsy that challenge is from Boateng. But give him the benefit of the doubt, I think, in there.
And maybe he's earned it with his performance today.
Yeah, he's been superb.
Pires, corner for Arsenal.
A chance against his old club as well. Free header, 6 yards out. Down and into the ground, gives the goalkeeper a chance, you know. Oh, he's disappointed, isn't he?
More than 5 years since his last Premiership goal at Highbury, and the wait goes on. He could have ended it then, and maybe ended Aston Villa's contribution. But John Gregory is now going to introduce Darius Vassell.
Well, it's certainly nothing but a positive introduction, is it? A striker coming on. In the last 13 minutes, Mercer's a man coming off. Oh no, it's Gareth Barry, is it? Yeah. And just pulling Mercer over to the left-hand side then. Yeah. I'll have to say that's positive. You take a defensively minded player from the left side of your midfield, you stick Merce there, bring another front man on. Doesn't suggest he's settling for 2-2.
Manager who's seen his side twice in a matter of days lose leads in London. They did get a point at Upton Park. Will they take something back from Highbury? Kanu. Boateng. Long past Parlour and he can take it on. Merson. Switch of role. Here's Vassell. Stone, the scorer of Aston Villa's second goal. All looking so good for them towards the end of the first half when he struck.
Well, it just popped up a ball there and that trio in the corner and just caught him in the face. Well, we can give us a little chance to look at Thierry Henry's goal, and you know, was he ahead of play when it was played in? No, I think that's a really good decision from the linesman. He's onside, and it was all about 2 touches and composure from then on, and relief at last.
Henry, 5 minutes to go. Well, the flag's up. The flag is up.
Well, we need to see that.
So it stays at 2-2.
Well, Martin Keown's in the sideline. Something happened to him. He's booting. He was looking to well, lost a couple of studs at one time, but he was off. Now he's back on again.
Merson. Hendrick. Aston Villa still looking for a winner. Merson. He's set up for him. Vieira will be taking it into trouble. He knows what he's doing. Not with his will talk. Vieira involved again. 1 of 5, 1 of 6 streaking forward for Arsenal here. Pires.
Oh, what a clearance by the young lad.
J. Lloyd Samuel preserved the parity here for Aston Villa.
What a break, and how involved was Vieira there, Martin? From his own penalty area to Aston Villa's fabulous drive and run.
To Ray Powell. Back to the corner taker Pires, lining up to knock it away. And Wright gets a foot in. Parlour. It's as if everybody paused for breath for a second, and we would understand that. It's been a long bursting afternoon for everyone involved.
Well, it gives it a chance to finally clear up whether Wiltord is offside or not. Oh, can I tell you? Villa get lucky. That's not offside for me when the ball's played. Well, maybe hard work rewarded with a bit of good fortune. They certainly worked hard enough, Aston Villa, but we could see it's a tight decision. But one
Green put his flag up on the far side. And the comeback not completed.
on some such margin, small margins, man. I'll get it in a minute. The title's won and lost, I tell you.
Kanu. Inkerman running the risk. I think he possibly would have got it, but it was no time to play the percentages there. He did what was necessary. Similar thing with Fabien Barthez, of course, on the corner of a penalty area late on at Highbury a couple of weeks ago now. That was the catalyst Arsenal fought for change in their fortunes.
Well, I can't believe Will Todd ignored Ashley Cole there, Martin. Unbelievably. And Cole's standing there. Give me it, give me it. Will Todd surrounded by Villa shirts. Well, I don't think, I might be wrong, I don't think Thierry Henry's come out here to chip it in for someone to score.
Unless it's himself.
Well, he has to be quick then.
No, I mean, chip it into the top corner.
No, that's what I mean. I don't think he's come in here to chip it centrally. But no.
And he's gone to find Wendy Blenkerman, actually. Seemed to read it pretty well. Not so much to talk about here, and Andy's verdict on the whole weekend with Richard tomorrow, Monday Night Football special at 7:30, Sky Sports 1. And a bonus for you, Liverpool against Fulham on Wednesday from the Premiership, Sky Sports 1, Sky Sports Extra. Henry. Kanu, there's a gap here and Kanu's raced into it.
What a chance, Mark. I tell you, this big man's got some of the best touches you'll ever see. Pulling balls down that he should never get near. This one's easy for him. Kill it and dink it, and it gets away from him off his shin. 4 minutes to go. A bit of time yet to see out. What a ball it was from Henry, though. The disappointment on Wenger's face when he miscontrolled it. Goodness me. He couldn't believe it.
So we're into the added 4 minutes. Henry. Mistake by Staunton. Well, he didn't reach it, and Melberg there to help out his defensive buddy. Very high kick by Enkelman. Particularly long one. Cole Perez made it his against a rather tentative Boateng, and Thierry Henry! In stoppage time, Arsenal complete the comeback. And if they win again, they'll look to Henry again, as they have done in every Premiership victory this season and every Champions League victory this season. The Frenchman is the main man. Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 2.
I can't believe this. It's a horrible kick from Enkelman. One of the better parts of his game, the big goalkeepers, but that's a poor one. And really, Perez shouldn't be beating George Boateng. That's the first mistake he's made all day. Boateng normally is through people. He didn't go through Perez the way he should have done. And the rest was history.
And here's Steve Stone, and there's Perez again. Samuel. Vassell. Oh, what must John Gregory be thinking? Deprived at Upton Park in stoppage time on Wednesday. So good his side here for much of the match on Sunday, and now staring at a defeat through a goal in the closing moments. Still 2 minutes of added time to go, but it's been coming for Arsenal, and Thierry Henry has delivered.
Well, people pick the bones out of what is our Premiership down in England, Martin, and say it's lacks this, it lacks that, and it does this and it doesn't do that. But I tell you, I don't know another league in the world that gives you this kind of excitement, this kind of drama.
Stand up on the back of you.
It is special, and this has been a special game. The run was a superb one, the ball was brilliant, and just like he's done time and time again, he's made that man's day.
Well, in the end, it looks as though it's going to be a smashing few days for Arsenal. It's been a terrific 2 weeks, hasn't it, going back to that Manchester United win, and a very similar finish from Thierry Henry, one of those goals that he slid past Barthez, the same side that he beat Enkelman just now. But just over the past few days, to beat Juventus brilliantly, to find that the manager, who is so much the guru here, has put pen to paper with the contract A victory here, it seems, of spellbinding circumstances, really, to come back from 2 down. And then Monday night to come. We talk about our Monday nights. It's Monday night at the Islington Town Hall for Arsenal. And if they keep serving up entertainment like this, 60,000 in the stadium, it won't be big enough.
There's a belief there for me, Martin. I see it again today. I saw it against Manchester United. I've seen it again today. They rely on him, there's no doubt about that, but they all contribute. The service he gets is perfect for him at times. Well, I said to you what, maybe 35 minutes ago, next goal wins it for me. That next goal came to Arsenal. They've gone on, and they've surely got what must be the winner now. They ain't going to come out of this corner.
Strummed out. Hands raised. Arsenal have done it. They're back in second place. It looked unlikely at half-time. They were second best to an excellent Aston Villa, who thoroughly deserved their 2-0 lead from Paul Merson and from Steve Stone. But Wiltor came on to score right at the start of the second half. The rest was down to Thierry Henry. A little wink to his many admirers here and around the world. That admiration can only have increased. And Arsenal, well, we know they've got the talent. They certainly showed the desire today. And they've come back to beat Aston Villa 3-2.
Still, just one win all season, stay bottom. Leicester and Derby in the drop zone with them this weekend. Leicester because they were beaten 4-0 at home by Southampton, who clawed their way into 17th place. Then it came the Hammers, Middlesbrough, Blackburn, falling, Sunderland, Bolton and Everton. Ahead of them, Charlton, Manchester United, Fulham, Spurs, Villa down into 6th off the back of that defeat at Highbury. Chelsea with their point and better goal difference up into 5th. No change for Newcastle. Leeds and Arsenal had changed places on the Sunday but finished the way they started, and Liverpool top.
Inamoto lost it to Tugai. Here's Janssen. Hughes is with it. Janssen doesn't need him. Three against two at the back post. Here's Duff. Good block by the keeper. Tugai. Open goal. It's 2-0. It's Janssen again. Van Bronckhorst heading out only as far as Dunn. And Hughes. Oh, it is Blackburn's night. Damien Duff. Tugai. And Duff's continued his run. This would be a picture book goal. And here's Janssen. It's a hat-trick. Arsenal cut apart.